Happy Pisces New Moon and welcome back to my channel. I am your host, Brooke, and I am going to be going over the Pisces New Moon Astrology Lunation cycle. So real quick, a little housekeeping before we dive into the chart and the energy of the day. I will be hosting my Pisces New Moon Healing Circle today at 5 p.m. Eastern time zone. So please check your time zone and I can drop the link below for you guys to be able to join. You can find that under the events tab of my website, 12thhousequeenbee.com. All right, guys, this is our final and last new moon at 9 degrees. Okay, as you guys know, for the last few months, I have been preparing you guys that we were going to have 5 new moons at 9 degrees, and we just started the 9 year, which is a snake year. So there's going to be a lot of endings taking place. This is divinely orchestrated. So fear not. Everything's going to be okay. All right. So anyway, how are you all doing? Are you doing well? Are you hanging in there? I know there's been a lot of crazy going on. So let's dive into the chart, shall we? All right. So this Pisces new moon will be taking place February 27th at 19:44 p.m. Eastern time zone. Now, if you guys are in a different part of the world, this is going to be taking place on the 28th. If you guys are ahead of us, and check your time zones to see exactly when this new moon is going to be taking place. And the new moon is going to be at 9 degrees and 39 minutes. All right. So this new moon is going to be pretty intense because I feel like there's going to be a lot of illusions shattered. Okay. And it's not going to feel the best. It's not going to feel bad because keep in mind, we have all the planets direct, okay? We have all the planets direct. We do have some asteroids that are retrograde. However, all of the planets are in forward motion. So this is going to be a pretty intense new moon when it comes to being able to manifest the dreams that you truly desire. All right. It's not going to feel the best energetically because once we have the new moon, okay, and the moon crosses over the sun and starts its journey to talk to Saturn, which is now at 20 degrees of Pisces, the moon is going to square Jupiter. All right. So we're already seeing energetically this square come into motion. Okay. And what I mean by that is there has now been 3 people reported within Hollywood that are no longer with us. Okay. So I feel this is deeply coming from a lot of these squares that we actually have going on in the sky, specifically with the sun working into the square with Jupiter. Keep in mind the sun and the moon are at 9 degrees. Jupiter is at 12 degrees in Gemini. So that's only a 3-degree orb of being an exact square, okay? So when we have squares, this is areas of opportunity for growth, okay? This can be pretty easy to walk through, or it can be pretty hardcore, depending on where you're at on your spiritual journey and depending on the work that you're truly putting into what you're doing. Now, Pisces rules the media. Pisces rules your dreams. Pisces truly represents, I believe, right? Pisces also represents the metaphysical, that connection to the divine, the heavens. Okay. One great thing that we should be focusing on, and the way that we could utilize the energy of these squares, um, is with the Pisces and Virgo nodal axis. Okay. And when I think about this nodal axis, specifically with the South Node in Virgo, the North Node in Pisces, you think of Virgo actually physically healing the body, okay, doing the actual work in the 3D reality, but you also have to heal the energetic body. You have to heal the spiritual body, and they both go hand in hand. If you're too much of the critic and you're too negative in the Virgo and you're not leaning into that Pisces dreamy, flowy state, you're not going to be able to bring in a full holistic healing energy. So we have to work with those two we have to work with those two aspects in order for us to be able to truly ground into healing and what we're meant to be experiencing, right? So, for instance, okay, Virgo to me would represent going to a doctor, a holistic doctor, to start your healing journey, getting your diet right, getting the right people around you, putting into action that new workout routine, while Pisces is going to be more focused on the spiritual aspect, truly healing past, present, future, multiple dimensions at once. You have to be able to tap into both of those energies in order to bring a holistic balance into your reality. If you're too much in the Virgo, you're not going to be able to get a complete healing of what that Pisces energy can truly bring into your life. Okay. And this is where mind, body, spirit comes into play. So we got Virgo can lean into the mind and the body, right? And then we have Pisces that's leading into the spirit, the ethers of that healing. With this being the last new moon before we start Aries season, which Aries season represents the beginning of the calendar year, the actual astrological year, not the calendar year. That's incorrect. It would be more the astrological new year. Okay. With this new moon, I want you guys to get real serious about the things that you're doing. Does your daily actions and behaviors line up with your beliefs? Okay. People can say that they value their health, but then they're an alcoholic. People can say they value friendships, but then they make up lies about people, right? So, what you say you value in Virgo needs to line up, or I'm sorry, what you value in Pisces needs to line up with your actions. The false mask of illusion is going to be falling off. You're going to be able to see who's truly doing the work and who's not doing the work, specifically during the next 2 weeks during this lunation cycle. And the reason being, those that are doing the work, they are cool, calm, collected. They are grounded into that deep knowing of believing that we are truly going in the right direction and the divine is always on time. One of the biggest lessons of being a Pisces and actually having to go through this life as an eighth house Pisces, okay, is I had to learn that I'm going to be thrown in the lion's den often. And each time I'm thrown in the lion's den, just as Daniel was thrown in the lion's den, my belief in protection and God having my back will always be tested, okay? Specifically having Saturn here in Pisces, because Saturn's going to be picking up speed and actually meeting with the North Node. So things are moving forward. We will see Saturn actually move into Aries and here pretty soon, the next month or so. So there's going to be a lot of changes. There's going to be a lot that's brought to light. The sun and the moon is also working into a trine with, they're working out of the trine with White Moon Selena. Okay, so that's a good thing. But then they're also going to start working their way into a trine with Kronos and then Mars. But then also this trine here with Poseidon and Vesta. So as you know, every time this trine is activated, there is something that is brought to light connected to water. So having the moon come up and start connecting with that, I do feel we're going to see a lot more things brought to light, specifically with this Mars, now that Mars is direct, okay? And the best way to work with this is, you know, pause. Pause. Is it going to matter in 5 minutes, 5 years? If it's not, let it go. And we are truly going through one of the biggest tests of faith and our personal belief systems, specifically connected to religion. There's going to be a lot of darkness that's brought to light connected to some of the bad things that have been going on, connected to religion. And I was thinking about this today, and I didn't want to be a smart ass and go back and read the definition of cult. But however, I feel like some people should read that definition, because a cult is any religious organization that does harm. I'm going to repeat that. It is any religious organization that does harm. Now, the Leo full moon lunation cycle, I told you guys to be watching out for people that are very well known, people that are high up within religious organizations, that darkness would be brought to light with them, and Pope Francis got sick. Now, let's just dive into the history of the Catholic Church. We have known for multiple years, I know I have, okay, that there's a lot of SA against children that takes place in places like that, okay? And it's not just the Catholic Church. This could be any religion. And if we are not putting forth the effort to protect the weakest link, which is going to be children, then we are failing at evolution and being able to ascend to the next level. That's the reason why I committed my life to bringing awareness to human trafficking, because if I can't physically do a whole lot, I can at least educate people on the signs and the things to look out for. So there's going to be more of that darkness that is brought to light. Now, keep in mind that I also said during that lunation update that we would see the release of the Lolita Express. And yesterday it was said that that list, the flight logs, would be released today. So that's showing up right before we go into this Pisces new moon. So hold on, guys, because I truly question if humanity is really ready for the darkness that's coming. And I don't mean the darkness in the sense of it's going to be devastating for humanity. I mean the darkness of what has been done behind the scenes, the curtain, aka Pisces. Okay. So when you think of Pisces and Hollywood, Pisces is the one literally behind the curtain, putting it all together. And you see the show in Leo, right? You have all of the people out performing, doing what they need to be doing, but you don't know who the people are that are behind the scenes putting everything together in order for the show to be a hit. So, with this disclosure that's coming, and it is coming, okay? Many false idols are going to be exposed. Many people in religion are going to be exposed. Many people in government are going to be exposed. Many people in Hollywood, many people in sports, you name it, false idols, they are going to be exposed just with the list of the Lolita Express. And I can't stress this enough to you guys that it is coming. It has to come because it's part of the destined path, okay? It's part of the destined path. And see, I know we're going in the right direction because the ball and the ball is rolling and the mission is moving forward. We just have to ensure that we continue putting the fire to their feet to actually do what they said they were going to do. And as long as we do that, we're going to be able to truly hold space for those people that are not fully ready for the darkness that's being brought to light. Now we have Mercury at 24 degrees. Mercury and Saturn has already had their little conversation in Pisces. And I see this as, Mercury's like, hey, Saturn, is everybody doing what they're supposed to be doing? Okay. Is everybody learning the lesson? Is everybody putting forth the knowledge, the beliefs, and doing the right thing? And there's one thing about Saturn that I'd love to share with you guys is Saturn's going to kick your ass when you start falling out of line with your destined path or even being a good person, okay? Saturn will beat you up if you are truly not doing this spiritual work. What burns me up the most is to see people pretend to be godly people, but yet they can't practice what they preach. Like, you preach a really, 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 really good thing, okay? But your heart's really shitty. And Mercury and Saturn have already had that conversation and have already been able to see who is pretending to be a child of God and who is truly a child of God. And now Mercury is going to be able to take that information up to the heavens and be like, okay, these people are doing the work and these people are not doing the work. And I can assure you that in moving forward, since we have Pluto in Aquarius, okay, that if you truly have an ugly heart, your journey, your ascension, your protection is no longer going to be there. You will be exposed. You will be taught some very harsh lessons in regards to wearing that ultimate fake mask. Okay. We still have the North Node conjunct Neptune. The nodes are at 27 degrees of Pisces and Virgo. And Neptune is conjunct the North Node, while Part Fortune is conjunct the South Node. Okay. So you want to make sure that you're really focusing on not only your physical health, but your spiritual health too. You can't have one without the other. And that has always been my biggest issue as far as modern medicine is concerned, especially here in the West, is that they treat the physical body, they treat the mind. However, the spiritual body, okay, is completely disregarded. And what happens, and Reiki is what truly showed me this, what happens is you're not treating the spiritual body, the physical body is going to continue having elements of sickness until you fix the spiritual body, okay? Because what ends up happening when we go through life, whether it is childhood trauma, whether it is like for me, sexual trauma, narcissistic abuse from a parent, from a partner, I've had to heal that narcissist empath relationship, and I've had a lot of narcissists come into my life and experiencing reactive abuse, right? And this is where, they're going to get mad at you for responding to the shit that they did. That is narcissistic reactive abuse. And I have met so many people that are that way. And what ends up happening is when you are experiencing that trauma and you're not dealing with this on an energetic level and you're not treating the soul and the spiritual blueprint of your energetic body, you're going to continue to have dis-ease in the body because that blueprint is stored in our chakra systems. And so what ends up happening, if you are an evil person and you have your heart closed and you do not know how to be nice to the ones that's angered you, regardless if you're right or wrong, you're going to have a closed off heart. You're going to start experiencing medical symptoms connected to that because of that spiritual blueprint of the dis-ease in the body. Okay. This can also go with people that have experienced SA and trauma to the root chakra. You're going to see that manifest in not being able to be grounded. You're going to see that manifest in lack of money, lack of trust. But you're also going to see that sometimes with some women, they're not able to conceive because of that blueprint in the chakra system. So I'm really hopeful now that RFK is in his position that we're going to start seeing a lot of this occult hidden knowledge actually be incorporated into modern medicine. Modern medicine, and when I think of modern medicine, I actually think of Virgo. To me, Virgo is the modern medicine aspect, okay? But Pisces is the spiritual aspect. And when you only focus on one part, you're not able to get a full holistic healing with the body. So I'm truly excited to see what comes next, specifically with RFK and modern medicine here in the West. Now, Mars is going to be working into a square with Zeus. And as you can see, also working out of that square with Chiron, but also working into a square with Eris. And you can see Eris and Zeus are opposing each other right now. So with this, okay, keep in mind, we still have Lilith in Libra as well, and she is in an exact opposition with Venus, okay? So with this square, this is also going to be assisting in bringing all of the darkness to light that has truly been at detriment for humanity. with this being a 9-year, we're going to have a lot of endings. We're going to have a lot of endings. We're going to have a lot of things that go away. This could be airplanes. We may not be flying for a little while. This could be, I feel like we're going to have a lot of uh-ohs with AI too. I don't see AI going well, honestly. And the reason why I say that is because I got on Chat GPT and was asking, gave it my commands and was asking it to actually tell me what to expect based on my birth chart, the transits, yada, yada, yada. Put all my information in there, told it what I wanted. And it was all wrong. Every bit of it. Like, and I was thinking to myself, and people are trusting this. I feel like that's going to be the biggest deception that we go through is putting more faith in AI than in humans. And I feel like we're going to have a lot of discoveries as far as AI is concerned. There's going to be a lot that's brought to light with that. But also with this square here with Mars and Zeus, we're going to see more brought to light as far as crimes against humanity and the inhumane ways of war. This has been a theme. This has been a huge theme. And it makes sense to me as to why so many people within a certain community has always said that they were saving Israel for last. And it wasn't because that Israel is the chosen or Israel, with it being a spiritual war, yada, yada, yada. It's literally to highlight how corrupt and how evil some people have deceived humanity into believing that there's only one group of chosen people when in reality, when we're able to ascend and open up all of our chakra systems, we all become chosen. We all ascend. Okay. There's been a lot of lies and deception. Religion has been ruled or used to control people. There's a lot of truth in religion, but there's also a lot of manipulation, specifically in the text that has been used to control people. Now we have Uranus direct, not quite at full speed just yet at 23 degrees of Taurus and trining that south node. So this is where if you are struggling with major health issues, once you start balancing those nodal axes, okay, with the Pisces and the Virgo, you can see rapid, like full speed ahead killing. You could also experience the opposite of that. So Uranus is that sudden change. And it can go sudden in either direction, in all honesty. It could be sudden positive. It could also be sudden in the opposite direction. Now, with this here, we are seeing some people no longer here with us, and that is part of that sudden change of your health or sudden change of you actually being here. So, when things are coming up, go see a doctor. When things are coming up and something is just not quite right, look into it. But also make sure that you're taking a full holistic approach of incorporating the physical with the metaphysical. Okay. I want to talk about Venus opposing Lilith, squaring white moon Lilith and Cupido. So the divine feminine is truly holding space in order for all of this darkness to be brought to light. Venus is already in Aries. Hey, I'm ready to go. Let's move forward. I don't give a fuck who's with me and who's not with me. And Lilith is like, yeah, okay, I feel you. I see you. I'm ready to go too. So let's light this bitch, shall we? And then you got White Moon Selena that's kind of like, shouldn't just blow everything up. But however, if this is going to be the best for children, if this is going to be the best for humanity, I'm here to hold space and let's do it. Let's go. There could be a lot coming up with relationships. This is also where sudden breakups take place. This is also where sudden things come together. I know a lot of people have really predicted doom and gloom for this year coming up. And part of my journey is to remind you guys of your God power within. And this also brings up another good point that I would love to touch on. Yes, we are created in God's image, okay? It is God before Jesus, okay? And we are a direct line of God. But when you start believing that you're God, that's where your ego, okay, Venus and Aries, Chiron and Aries, the ego aspect, okay, this is where your ego starts taking over. So it truly is best to stay away from anybody that is telling you that you're God because they're feeding your ego. The last thing that you want to do is feed your ego, especially in times like this, because the Most High God will step in and be like, you're God. Yeah. Some people are going to learn some harsh lessons about that, and that's all right. I'm not here to judge. However, I've said it multiple times. Yes, we are made in God's image. However, we are not God. In order to keep that ego in check, we must know that we are made in God's image, but we are not God. But that is also a Pisces and Virgo lesson. So the Pluto is in a square with Hygeia, but also trining the South Node. And Pluto has truly been bringing a reckoning with everything that is hidden, and all that is done in the dark will be brought to light. It's coming, no matter if you believe it or not, it's coming. And with this aspect of Pluto, specifically trining the South Node, this is where I feel that all of the structures within our medical that are not truly here for humanity, they're going to start falling. And I've said this multiple times. There will be medical companies that are no longer with us. I give it 6 months to a year, they will be gone. Okay. Medicine is going to completely change. Food is going to completely change. How we travel is going to completely change. How we interact. I have been told, I was told this many years ago, there was no internet in the future. And then just in the last 6 months, I started coming across the internet cables being cut in the sea. Well, makes sense, right? Because I do see Aquarius as the internet. Okay. I see Aquarius as also the skies. So there's been a lot of planes that have been falling, birds falling from the sky. These things are going to happen until people are able to stop cutting corners in order to make a dollar. Truly. If companies are cutting corners just to make a dollar, they're not going to make it, okay? Because Pluto is going to bring that to light. Now, I also told you guys that during the inauguration, specifically with Pluto, that the power was being returned back to the people. And just this morning, Tennessee is actually talking about what their next steps are going to be in order to have less government, less overreach. Like there's a lot of things that we have gotten away from because we have skipped over the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Companies have been able to pay politicians off in order to make money. And all of that's being exposed. That's what Pluto's there to do. Bring the towers. And the towers are going to be brought. They will. They will. Okay. So this is my lemon jade with selenite on sterling silver. My lemon jade was my #1 seller at my markets. Everybody that gets it and wears it says it's absolutely amazing. So it's on my website. I've been lemon jade in the search engine, and you can pull it right up. All right, let's see. What does everyone mean? Be proud of yourself. Oh, yeah. Know that you are loved. Talk less, feel more. Embrace the flow of life. Okay, so we got Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of how far you've come. Specifically, if you've been on the healing journey for a really long time. Okay, be proud of yourself. Be proud of how far you've come. Be proud at the work that you put in. Okay, know that you are loved. God, most say this to the divine angels are loved. Okay, talk less, feel more. You know, sometimes it is best to kind of lean more into allowing and freedom. I know, like for me, okay, most of the time if I say something and people feel that I'm coming at them, I'm not. I'm just saying enough for them to hang themselves. Chocolate. Hey, it does feel like this just confirms there's a lot that's being balanced. Okay, people that are sneaky, people that lie, people that feel like they get away with things. That's no longer going to be what moves us forward. And there's a lot that's being balanced right now. You might feel like things are moving, and then all of a sudden you're stopped, you're suspended. Trust divine detours. Know that everything is working out for you. There is an internal conflict. There could be some breakups that take place because I do have the degree of feelings. Okay, so this is the into your emotional intelligence and your happiness, staying grounded in your emotions. Stay away from anybody that is sneaky, lying, stealing, cheating, um, all that. Okay. Things are definitely being balanced. Things are going to be moving forward fairly quickly. Okay. And it might even feel like you have to take a very, very quick pause. There could even be someone from the past that comes back around, possibly break up. Okay. But just know that whatever this is, it needs to be in order for what you truly want to come in. Okay? Don't fight and try to hold on to what is leaving. Don't fight and try to hold on to it. Let go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Okay? Let it go. Because this is what you asked for. You planted the seeds with the moon in order to bring God, divine truth. Victory is here. Okay? Don't fight the change. Let go and embrace it. All right. I love you guys. I hope these messages find you well. And, I will be doing Pisces New Moon Home Circle today at 5 p.m. Heart reading, go over the energy, tell you how to work with the energy of this new moon at 5 p.m. So I love you guys. Let's see you there. For another. This will be the